Not every woman who looks sweet, soft, or has a feminine appearance actually is. A lot of toxic traits hide behind fake femininity, and if you fall for it, you'll get burned. So here are 5 red flags that look like femininity, but are not. Number 1. Neediness posing as nurturing. Have you ever dated a girl who smothers you, always checking in, constantly wanting to know where you are, what you're doing, or who you're with? At first it feels flattering. Wow, she cares so much about me, she's interested and invested. But the moment you get busy with work, spend time with your family, running an errand, or just spending time with the boys, suddenly it's like the lights were turned off. Now you're getting passive aggressive texts, long guilt trips, or even a meltdown. That is not her being nurturing. That is insecurity. A secure feminine woman will recognize he's working, he's focused, or he's busy and he will get back to me when he can because I trust him. She will support you and give you the freedom to come to her instead of panicking when you're busy. And men who have knowledge gaps confuse this needy behavior in a woman for her caring for him. But the truth is, neediness drains you and cages you. And this is why you see those relationships where the guy looks absolutely drained and the woman just has him by the balls. Number 2. Passivity posing as softness. A lot of guys think they find a jackpot when they meet a girl who never disagrees. They think, man, she's so feminine and submissive, right? She's chill, she never starts arguments, we don't have any fights, she's quiet, she just does what I say. And they think, man, it's real peace. But what's really happening is her being passive and being quiet isn't because she necessarily believes in what you believe. It's her bottling up all her thoughts and feelings because she doesn't know how to communicate them. And that silence eventually turns into resentment, stonewalling, or an emotional explosion, like Mentos in a Coke bottle, out of nowhere. Understand this. Real feminine softness doesn't mean she's afraid to say what's on her mind. It means she can express disagreement without disrespect. A truly feminine woman has no problem saying, no, I don't like that, or this is how I feel, or when you said this, I felt this way, right? And she'll communicate calmly and clearly. If you are with a girl who avoids conflict altogether, and you thought things were fine for a long time, and then suddenly she breaks down or just lashes out, that's not because she's soft. That's because she's insecure. And her being passive was because of that insecurity. The third red flag is emotional chaos posing as emotional expression. Yes, femininity is expressive. Women on average say more words than men in a day. Right? They talk a lot, don't they, guys? That's part of what makes them beautiful. When a woman's open and vulnerable and in tune with her feelings. But there are women who are chaotic. They're not actually vulnerable. So if you have a woman who's crying every week, throwing tantrums, blowing up your phone with nasty messages, there's this roller coaster of hot and cold behavior, or she uses her emotions to control the relationship, that's not a woman who's feminine or expressing herself. That is an emotionally immature woman who's manipulative, or quite frankly could either be mentally ill or on the narcissistic spectrum. True femininity is going to inspire you to be more of a man. She's going to respect you and admire you. You're going to want to be closer to her. Fake femininity is what drains you. It destabilizes your focus and it keeps you on edge and on eggshells. Don't confuse immaturity for her expressing herself, because there is this common theme in the West where it's become a stereotype. You know, guys always say, oh, this is what women are like. They're reactive, they get emotional, they cry and they scream. I don't know what sort of women you guys are dealing with, but a woman that's truly feminine and has self-control is not going to treat you this way. Okay? So you need to raise your standards and choose better, because this is a red flag. Number 4, submission posing as respect. Having a woman respect you and willingly follow your lead is one of the most beautiful things a woman can give you. But some women fake submission because they have no standards. They say yes to everything, not because they genuinely trust your leadership, but because they're scared to be alone. They're afraid to rock the boat. That kind of false compliance, it just doesn't last. Eventually she's going to resent you, rebel against you, or blindside you by leaving. Real respect looks different. She can honor your leadership, but if there's something she disagrees with or doesn't understand, she will communicate. She will want to come to an understanding before she follows your lead. That is what a truly submissive woman does, because true submission can only be given if you are dominant, if you are trustworthy and consistent as a man. So if a woman is a yes woman, she could be codependent and she's going along with things out of fear instead of trust. And that is not respect. That is weakness that may appear to be feminine to inexperienced men who have knowledge gaps. And last but not least, charm posing as kindness. This one fools a lot of men. Some women, whether they're structured or they've learned from some feminist tactic, put on a sweet, charming act at the start. They cook, they clean, they dress all feminine, they're soft spoken, they're all sweet, making you feel like a king. But it's not because she truly loves doing those things, it's because she's selling you an image. It's just bait. She's positioning herself to lock you down, extract resources, or gold dig. Then months later, the mask drops. Why would I cook for you? Why should I clean for you? I'm not doing what you say. Why would I do a favor for you? You ask her to help you, she says no. See, the kindness that you saw at the beginning was an act, and now she feels entitled to take without giving. Remember, real feminine women, they are consistent in their kindness towards you. So, a simple way to look at this is women who are truly kind are not just kind to you, but to others. People who work in the service industry, waiters, friends, strangers, family. Because it costs her nothing to be kind. But women who fake their kindness, eventually the mask slips. So do not get fooled by the act. With that said, those have been the 5 signs that a woman may appear feminine at the beginning, but she's actually not. There's dysfunction behind that. So in closing, guys, do not confuse fake femininity with the real thing. Real feminine energy will bring you peace, respect, and support. Fake femininity is going to smother you, manipulate you, and drain you. So if you'd like to learn how to spot these differences and attract the right kind of woman, grab my free ebook, link down below in the description, and of course on the bio on the YouTube channel. And feel free to join my Relearning Relationships community, where we go deep into topics like this, and you have a plethora of courses, my audiobook, and access to a free one-on-one call with me and group calls every 3 weeks. And with that said, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new, like, share down below a comment with your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.